It's not looking bad. Same with under here. I could give him some really nice lines with the Dremel, some bags and stuff. Instead of sitting here digging them up the way these tools are digging them up, going cross grain, but I could put a big bag right here under his eye. Okay. Some crow's feet. Bag over here. Some more lines. Okay. Extend that. Extend that. You can just score that with your knife, undercut it, get a big bag. You can also hit it with a round chisel like this. Okay. Tap around it. Let me show you that technique for a second. Just take your chisel, a round chisel like that. Okay, see what I did there? And that. You can come right underneath it there. Try to show you a little new technique every time we have a video. It's another way you can put a bag on. Nice, easy, simple, right? And then you can run a V-tool through that and clean it up with your knife. You can run the V-tool through the middle and give them a couple of lines and then some crow's feet on the side. But it's one way to get a bag. Just kind of lightly tap in. Get a big round chisel. Big sweep on it. I'm going to have to set it a couple of times to go all the way around. And just take a little wood out from underneath it. Using the same chisel, you know. Then you can round those bags over with your knife, whatever. It's a nice easy way to get a bag. If I want to get up in here, I might cut a little deeper. And come down from the nose just a little. You can't really see on that side, but now I'll clean them up with my knife. Okay, so he's got a couple of bags there. Come in with your knife and round them in. Finish undercutting right there where the chisel didn't quite get. You know, you round them over. Even just sanding sometimes takes care of it. You shape them how you want. Maybe take some of that down there. So that's another little nugget for you. Little things like that work really nice if you don't have a V-tool or something to put a bag in, or you're not making them right with your detail knife. However you're going to do it. Just because one guy does it one way, like I said, doesn't mean you can't adjust. Find another way, or find whatever way is comfortable for you. Whatever way you like the best. Then I come up in here around that end of the bag and make these corners really pop by digging those out. Like I said, I'll probably do a lot of that off camera. I'm just giving you the basic thing. Otherwise the tape goes on forever. Trying to teach some techniques, not just carve in front of you, so. You can dig your knife in the corners there and sometimes just leave a stop cut in, and it gives you a nice little shadow too. Make a nice V with your knife in the corner and just leave it. And that'll pick up the finish that you put on and look good. Okay, this eye's definitely going to need a little more work. He's a little bigger than this one. It's a little froggier. It's going to drive me nuts until I adjust that. Like I said, you get a bad eye on a carving, you can really throw the whole thing off, when otherwise it would be a pretty nice carving. So. And it's usually the eyes. carving ever looks funky, always check the eyes first. It's usually where the problem lies. Okay. A lot of other times you haven't taken enough wood off somewhere. Usually on the sides over here. If you don't take enough over here and get depth in there, that can really throw the look of a face off too. Over right here, take some wood out because I want you to see it. Plus, I want some depth in there anyway. Okay. In the temple area there. Right. That can throw the whole look of the carving off if you don't have that back in there enough. Okay. Okay. Now, this side needs to be set in a little more too. We're pretty much just going to put some mustache lines on them. And that'll finish up this carving for the day, and I'll figure out what I want to do with it after that, but that'll finish this lesson anyway. Mustache lines and what else? Eyebrows. We're going to go off camera and clean all this up like I always do. And I can pick it up holding it in my hand, rotate it any way I want. It's the easiest way for me to carve. Big things that are waste away wood, I have to mount them to the board so I can hit them with the big chisels. But when I do the detail, I'm usually holding it. Okay. That way I can round the eyes the way I want and everything else. Okay, we're going to give him some mustache lines. I'm just going to give him some divots first. And take that round gouge again since it works so nice on this wood. Bee flying around here. I'm just going to give him some grooves, just like that. I could take them all the way down to here and wherever I want. The hair I would run down and out. I'm going to work on that more. Probably off camera. I'd run it all the way down out here. Maybe bring this in this way, you know. Make a couple more lines up in here and bee on me. Okay. And then clean all that up. I said off camera. But I'd like a little more depth up in there. And I'd run all this run that around. So it went all the way around his face and on the bottom here. Clean it up. Then I'd run my V-tool in every groove, or so many of them anyway, you know, as many as it felt like, according to how he looked. And I'd put some lines up here for his eyebrows. I mean, I like to make the wrinkles first to break it up. And then I'd run some specific lines with a very small V-tool, a very sharp one. Same over here. Give them some grooves for some highs and lows. A couple of grooves for some crow's feet. Run the V-tool in there. I'd start doing a lot of my little detailing. You know, add a couple extra bags. And I'd cut in where I needed to, you know, cut in, sand up, make the shadows deep. Up in here I'd put more shadow. This right here I'd tuck up under the head, okay, up under the hair I mean. And I'd round that hair off really good, but I can't really get at it while he's on the board. So usually I show you so far and then I gotta take them off the board and finish them. So I can't do everything when it's sitting on the board myself. I'm just not that great a carver yet. Can always show you so far. Then I gotta wing it and troubleshoot. Okay. Get some shadow in there. It's not looking bad. Okay. I'd run my V-tool in there and that's it. You know, I'll just show you the effect of that. You have a couple of grooves and just run your V-tool light. This one isn't even that sharp, so I'm not trying not to. I'd go get the good one in the shop. Alright. You might want to clean it up with the V-tool under here, those bags you cut. You know, you go around, you see where you need, and you run your V-tool. Try and get a clean edge, sand it down, run it up through here, run it up through the mustache lines. You know, just give it a little more depth in those cuts. Okay. I like to go around the eyeballs with them and really shape the eyeball. That's probably what I'll do when I go off camera. Sand them up a little bit so I can show you. What we ended up with today. Still needs a lot of work. Want to clean them up on the sides. But for me to pick at them and just yak is just a waste of filming time, so I can do the cleanup after. Take them off the board. And what we have, if you can see him or not. There we go. This is what the top looks like. And the bottom. Alright, so you could put him on, put a bird bath on there, I guess. He's a good size. I think he's 2.5 feet, something like that. So, he's just beat up in the back. You know, I could sand all that off and put a varnish on him. But that's our wood spirit for the day. Carved again out of something that somebody else would probably throw away. And I don't know what kind of finish I'll put on them yet. I don't know if I'm going to take the paint off or not. I might just leave them hang around so somebody likes them. Maybe throw them on eBay. See what I get for them. And that's today's project. Thanks for watching again. See you next video.